Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Speaking of Curves. I'm Marie Dene. I'm the creator of the Curvy Fashionista. We started this series, Speaking of Curves, that comes on every Tuesday at noon Eastern Standard Time and 9 a.m. on the Pacific, on the West Coast, to talk about and show support for our small businesses and finding out ways that we can support them through everything that's happening, because really small businesses are the lifeblood. They're the life force, the backbone of the plus size fashion space. And so over the past couple of weeks, we've had designers, boutique owners, bridal, and today, I've been trying to hurry up and get this together, but today we finally have a couple of influencers joining us to talk about, we kind of sit in a very interesting space where we talk about the business and even ourselves as business owners. So with that being said, I definitely want you guys to welcome Alysse of Ready to Stare and Kristine of Trendy, Curvy. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. So how are you doing today?
We're good. We're
Good as we can be.
Yeah.
Have you had your coffee already?
I don't drink coffee. I know.
What?
Such a person, but I don't. I'm a tea drinker.
Okay, well, I'll give you that.
Okay.
So have you had your tea this morning?
Yes.
Perfect, because I need my. This is my last cup for the day. Yes, it is 12 o'clock, and I'm still
I
drinking coffee.
haven't had my first cup yet, so
Oh no, Alysse, how you managing?
I'm okay.
Well, y'all look amazing.
I'm sleeping in, and it's
Thank
doing
you.
wonders. I don't need as much coffee. I'm sleeping in. So
Go figure. Who would have knew? Who would have knew, right?
Right. Getting
So
that 8 hours is magical.
right. So tell me, Alysse, we're gonna start with you. You run Ready to Stare, but you also have a couple of other businesses, so to speak, right? Like you also do other work outside of your brand. How have you been impacted with everything going on right now?
Well, the first thing that was really impacted was my influencer work, especially anything in the travel space that I had. That was pretty much all put on hold. And then the next thing that happened was that Pride started to get canceled. So as a LGBTQ influencer, that was like a huge blow to my business because we rely on the community support that we get during June, and so that was a huge blow. But the things that really didn't change was I do social media management for nonprofits and small businesses, and all those clients, they stayed the same, and in some cases they actually even like increased their hours because they can't operate the way that they were, so they need social media more than ever. So that stayed the same and in fact increased. And then my freelance writing that I do, I know a lot of staff writers have been laid off, and magazines are closing. But for freelance writers, I haven't seen that hit because I do writing in like the health space, so like health and wellness, and so people are still searching for those type of things right now. So I haven't seen really a dip in that, and in fact, I saw an increase in demand. So,
That's good.
so it's not my favorite type of writing. Shh, don't tell my editor, but I'm glad that I had that because I still can't figure out how to, and maybe you can help me with this, but I can't figure out how to access unemployment as an influencer because I'm a 1099. Like,
I got you, girl. I got you. Because the CARES Act thing, the latest CARES actually is made for independent. So when I was telling you how like they've been moving the laws and moving the
right.
So with PPP, you as an independent, you can actually one file for PPP.
Mm-hmm.
And then two, for unemployment, like how they have here in Georgia, you can file like it's the economic disaster unemployment. So it's a different tier. So like you just click a different one, and you're able to file for unemployment as a self-employed. But that's because of the CARES Act. So there is access to that, and you just either have to have last year's tax returns or your estimated taxes. for the first quarter.
Okay.
So that is available to influencers that, and 1090, everyone who's like self-employed 1099. This is what I've been learning. I've been reading like every email that comes across.
It's confusing, and yeah, I've seen some influencers, that, oh, well, I file as an SCorp, and I file as an LLC, and I'm like, oh, I'm confused. It's overwhelming, and I think it's hard when you're just a single member LLC like I am. Like, it's, you don't have employees to pay out. So I know that I've been dealing with some issues of like, well, do I deserve the help as much as other people? And it's like, heck yeah, you lost like a huge chunk of your business. Yes, you deserve it. But yeah, so I think like for me, it's been contending with just some of those like feelings about worthiness that have come into like, do I deserve help? And that's, that makes me
and
like,
yes, you do.
Yes, I know. We all do. So I think like I want to let other influencers know like you are a business, and if you've lost business, then you deserve it. So
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. And that's for one, that's real. Like, it's like, oh my God, what do I do? Like, how can I navigate? What can I do? And does it even make sense for me to do anything? Like, for me, every single thing that we were working on stopped, paused, everything. Like, all the things we had lined up for each month for the rest of the year. Like, I've made so many different changes and shifts, and Alysse, like, we've been like, we're on a roll, and then everything was like,
right.
And it's like, the hell do I do?
Mm-hmm.
Kristine, like, how have things changed for you? Like, how are you navigating this space?
I mean, I am navigating as best I can, like everybody else. Everybody has been affected in some way or another. And like Alysse was saying, influencer work pretty much came to an abrupt halt. A lot of things were put on hold, a lot of things were postponed. I'm starting to see some things pick up a little bit and pivot to more at home type of content. So I'm grateful for those things, but it's definitely affected, just kind of like leisure fashion, and just
Hot pajamas.
Those campaigns just don't exist right now. So, and then on my clothing line side, I was in production, coming out with spring items, and that was put to a halt because the factories are closed. So I'm pretty much just waiting for things to open back up so we can kind of get things back in motion. But it's definitely affected my business in all aspects.
Now, for you, with your clothing line, with everything, like, were you at the point where you were just waiting for your samples, or were you, like, you don't even have samples yet, and you can't even, like, at least tease?
Most of the samples were made and approved, and then they were starting to go into production. So it's kind of stopped right at the point where they start sewing and, obviously making the full garment. So, this was the time that was supposed to come out. We are in spring. It was supposed to come out, the first day of spring, but that's not, that's not going to happen. So I've just kind of accepted that this is just totally out of my control. And even though it looks bleak, everything happens for a reason. So I'm just rolling with it. And, whenever we can release new items is whenever it will come out. And so hopefully it will still be relevant and it will still be fire, like I hope it will be.
As it will be, because you always fly.
Thank you. But I'm just kind of rolling with it just like everybody else.
Well, so for you, like, with your clothing line, like, for those who don't know, like, tell our readers, like, and watchers, like, what your clothing line was, because I remember writing about it. I was like, hey, girl. Like, so tell us a little bit about your clothing line, and then to Alysse, like, after that, like, Alysse, like, how has this impacted, like, what you post, on social?
So my clothing line is called Kin by Kristine, Kin. It's an abbreviation for my family. My first name, Kristine. My mom's name is Iris, and my sister's name is Nicole. So the first letters of our names make kin, which obviously means family. So there's a lot of symbolism in that. I launched in October because, I just felt like it's been a dream of mine for quite some time to have my own footprint on plus size fashion. I know that I wear different brands and, I'm an influencer, but I really wanted to infuse my own style into the market. So, and I feel like there's still a lot missing. So I felt like I could kind of fill that void. So yeah, it's been an incredible journey. The response has been absolutely amazing. I'm learning so much.
I can imagine.
As a business, that is, some things I wish I learned a little bit earlier, but we're not going to go into that. But it's been a great journey, and I'm excited to move forward even during these rough times.
Got it. And Alysse, like, how have you noticed, like, for the two of y'all both be on Instagram, and I be following and I stay inspired. And even Alysse, you use Twitter often too. Like, how's your messaging changed?
I think the biggest messaging that's changed is that you need to make sure it's clear to your readers that you are home and that you're safe, because you don't want to post an old picture and people be like, excuse me, why are you in Puerto Rico? You're supposed to be home. I know you live in Ohio. So I've seen, especially like in the travel space, that people make it abundantly clear that they're at home and that this was taken before. So I think that's the biggest change. There's nothing wrong, and there's always been nothing wrong with sharing pictures from the past. I think the idea that we're doing an OOTD and it's the exact thing that we're wearing that day, that just doesn't really happen as much anymore. I know it doesn't for me. It's just, I like to shoot content and plan ahead. I think a lot of us do. So we've been planning ahead, so that's good. And I know for me, I have a lot of content that I haven't shared that was taken before this. So I'm basically sharing older content and making it clear that it was taken, much before this happened. And then if I am sharing newer content, it's, on my porch or, in front of a mirror at home or on a trail. I'm making it clear that I'm not basically endangering people by going out or anything like that. Just want to be really transparent.
Right.
Just kind of keep your readers informed, and that's what makes them feel comfortable. I did a poll right at the beginning of all this, and I asked my readers, do you still want to see travel content? And 70% of them said yes. So I took that as a go ahead to continue to kind of move forward with posting about some of the content and the trips that I've done in the past, since it takes time to edit those YouTube videos and do all that. So this is just giving me kind of a chance to catch up and put that content on, and people are, they know they can't go anywhere right now, but they're fine going with you, watching a video, going from home kind of thing.
Gotcha. And Kristine, how's it changed for you?
Yeah.
Because you're over there posing in your kitchen.
Yeah, I've been using every inch of my house that I feel like is IG worthy to post pictures. But, I have been mixing it in with some newer content, and I rarely go outside to shoot, but I still do, because I still am practicing social distancing. Nobody's outside. It's just me and my photographer. So I think that fashion and what you post on social media is escapism. There's so much going on right now, and while I am very aware of the current situation, and I do address it, I do want it to be some relief to our current circumstances, because we all know what's going on. We all watch the news every day. We all get the updates. We know what our current climate is. So I just kind of want to be at the intersection of awareness, but also some sort of relief from all of it, escapism.
Now, you mentioned, the escapism. It's interesting because I remember reading, I think it was by Who What Wear, they had a post business as usual for us. We want to be that escape. For those of you guys who are just tuning in, just kind of, if you guys just joined in, welcome. Because I've seen a couple of different people join. We are doing, this is Speaking with Curves. We have our special guests, Alysse from Ready to Stare and Kristine from Trendy, Curvy. We are talking today about how best we can support them, how they have been impacted, and talking about a little bit about how to navigate this as a business owner. because although we are self-employed, like we still are running a business, and we're talking about a little bit of the realities in that. To that point, what if you could charge like the everyday reader person with one way that they can support various businesses, even like yourself, what would you say?
I would say that just you still following and engaging is huge, because as influencers, our engagement and our numbers is everything. That's what we're judged on when we're getting campaigns, when we're being looked at by new companies. So you still just showing up for them during this time, and it could be as simple as a double tap on their latest picture, is huge. Support is always appreciated across the board, whether you're an influencer or business owner. Just continuing to support as we work through the kinks of this time is really important.
Alysse?
Yeah. I would just echo that and say, brands are really hesitant in moving forward with any influencer campaigns, but, I haven't seen a dip in engagement at all. If anything, I've seen a huge spike. So there's people are on their phones, they're watching YouTube videos, they're engaged. So if we need brands to see that there is still a demand for our content, and unlike traditional media where you can't go out right now and shoot a huge budget commercial, but you can send a product and work with an influencer, because we're getting real creative at home, and
real creative,
the perfect advertisers right now. So I just want to encourage people, if they see an ad, know that that's probably one of the few that influencer has still. So give it a like and share it and comment, and it doesn't cost the reader anything, but it's huge for us. And then if you are buying, I would also say, like, use affiliate links from your favorite bloggers. That also helps us. We've seen a lot of commissions be
oh girl,
just a whole but if you see something and labeled affiliate link and you end up buying it, like you're putting a little bit of money in our pocket, and it doesn't cost you, the reader, anything. You're just buying what you were already buying. So yeah, if you see affiliate links and you're going to buy, like, that helps us too. So
especially when many of these companies have dropped their affiliate rates to 0 and 1%.
Sharing those links, so don't worry.
Right. I was like, what is this? 1%?
What's the
Yeah,
point?
Like, why? So, like, we could have a whole conversation about that. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. But for sake of having fun and keeping things cute over here, when it comes to, like, this, we're in a space right now. We're in a space where we're having to innovate. We're having to think outside the box. And you guys both mentioned that you guys are finding different ways to kind of navigate this space. What is something that you've discovered about yourself? Like, for me, I realized that there are two other things that I want to share and want to nurture. So I have launched 2 different new sites that I will be working on, and different brands, because I'm crazy. But like, it was right here, and I was like, I have to act on it. And like, for me, like, I just pay attention to that. But for you guys, like, how are you innovating? Like, what has kind of come to you, or that you've realized? Because there's always a silver lining somewhere, right? Like, have you found that?
I would think so. I think that I've been really utilizing this time to plan and to try new things with my content, be creative with it, for my blog and my business. I've been trying to, for the business side, think of new designs. And, I don't think everybody's aware of my clothing line, but I design and style and make all of the clothes. I've sewed all the samples originally to go into manufacturing. So I've really been trying to think of, like, what new designs I want to see and try to test things out. Like, I'm really using this time as kind of a testing zone to see, because it's time that I really would not have normally had. And so I'm like, okay, although these things, no one wants it to be this way. I do feel like this time that we've been given to stay at home, where things are a little bit slowed down is a blessing in disguise. And I've really been trying to figure out what I want to do. And, there's really an awakeness in being still, like we're going so much, and I didn't realize how full my days were, and how like just sitting still and allowing ideas to come to you and not just going all the time is really beneficial to what we're doing right now.
Alysse?
So I have definitely been in more of like a freeze mode where I can get done exactly what I need to get done. That's work that I still have. I wouldn't say I've been extremely creative during this time. I wish that I could say that I had, done all this stuff, but for me, I know that there's so much out of my control that the thing that feels best right now is crafts. So I've done a lot of sort of crafts.
Like what? Like what?
I was in a creative coaching group before all this happened, and she said, what did you like to do when you were 8 years old, 9 years old? And I was like, well, I like to paint, and I like to sew and draw, and it's like funny how that's kind of what I've been going back to. So yeah, I've been enjoying crafting. It has nothing really to do with my business.
But that's perfect.
What?
But that's perfect.
Yeah. So that's what I've been enjoying, and it's been like, to me, that's calming because I can control, how I draw or how I do that. I can control that. So it feels good to me to just do that stuff, I wish I was able to be more productive, but I haven't. So I just want to
And I think that's okay.
Yeah. I think there should be a balance.
Yeah.
Right? Although I am taking this time to try to think of new ways to, grow my business, there's plenty of days where I'm just like, today is not going to be productive, and that's okay. I'm going to do nothing on my to-do list.
Listen, me and Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus and Apple TV have been best friends. Like, I have got caught up on almost every freaking show. I have to get caught up on Manifest, and then I think I'm caught up on everything.
Yeah.
Like, you'll have days, and it's, like, important to recognize that. Like, Alysse, I am so excited about you drawing and sketching. I have my sketchbook, like, that's sitting on my living room table right now, because I'll just start sketching out little outfits and sketching out, like, ideas that come to my mind. Like, for me, I loved to draw when I was younger. I would draw all kind of outfits and stuff. So for me, like, that's my outlet. So I get you.
Yeah.
And so it's important that we find, like, what works for us, because, like, we have two different examples here, but they're both great. There's not like I do not subscribe to the, you need to come out of this with a whole new,
right,
like, skill.
No. Yeah, I don't believe in that.
Some people are just like hanging on to be hanging on. Like, for me, like I was talking about earlier, like, I deal with anxiety. Like, I have to learn how to manage that and be mindful. Like, I will spiral if I just let myself keep going. Mm-hmm. So I have to catch myself, and if I'm not feeling okay, if I'm gonna get up from this desk and walk my tail over to the couch in the living room and chill. Mm-hmm. And how do you guys navigate those moments outside from, like, sketching or, like, throwing yourself into work?
Yeah, I think for me, prayer has definitely been beneficial. Not being able to interact and go to church, and that has affected me a little bit more than I thought it would. So just listening to gospel music, praying, kind of taking those moments to just be in your thoughts, good or bad. I think it has been really beneficial to me. And just realizing that, it's okay to not be okay. This is not an okay time. This is not normal. Nothing about this situation is normal. Nothing about it. You should be, like, hitting on all points. You know what I mean? It's just not. It's not a good time for us right now. So it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to feel like doing something. It's okay to feel like not doing anything. Like, it just go with how you feel at the moment and try to figure out your daily routine, things that make you feel good, things that make you feel motivated and fulfilled every day, and just do the best you can.
And Alysse, now, many moons ago, Alysse, like, you taught me that it's okay to not be okay. Mm-hmm. Many moons ago, maybe like 5 years ago almost. Mm-hmm. And I've never forgotten that. Mm-hmm. And that's actually something that I repeat often. So it's great that you said that, Kristine, and Alysse, like, this kind of goes right back in. So how are you doing?
You know, I think I am just really checking in with myself, and it is okay to have days that are harder than others, and therapy is definitely like getting me through everything. I happen to already be doing online therapy. I use Pride Counseling, which is pridecounseling.com, which is part of, it's also similar to BetterHelp. They're like the sister companies. So yeah, so I love both of them as like online resources. It's nice because all you need is like your computer or your phone, and you just talk. And then you can also do like chat sessions, which, you know, I hate talking on the phone. So to be able to have like a chat session option is huge for therapy. So yeah, so that's been really good. I've been doing like some creative salons where we get like writing prompts, and then we just like write or draw or whatever. I've done those. Yeah, so I've just been trying to just check in with myself and know that, recognize things that make me frustrated. So like, if I know I have to call Ticketmaster, I'm not going to call Ticketmaster, call the bank, I'm not going to do all that in one day, because that will make me extremely anxious. So I try to plan it out, so I only have to do one of those things that I know makes me extremely anxious in one day. And that's what I've been trying to do, is just kind of like honor that, like, it's okay, it's really frustrating, so much of this is out of your control, and like, you may never see that money again, and that makes you really stressed out. But, you know, you tried, you called, you did what you had to do, and now you got to move on. And so that's like, so much is out of your control that you just have to kind of try to be kind to yourself, and don't overwhelm yourself with things that you know are going to make you upset.
Got you. Now, this is a silly question, but what have you been doing self-care wise in regards to, like, so for me, like, I've just been keeping my nails trimmed, like, you know, or I do like these different types of exfoliations. Like, have you guys like indulged in anything like because I need all the lessons.
I'm like so not good at self-care routines, but I have been cooking. Probably everybody's been cooking a lot more, but I have bought like all the gadgets, like too many. Like, I bought an air fryer, which is the best purchase I've ever made.
I'm jealous about that. I need one of those.
Well, actually, it's no longer there, but on my blog post, I have a post of like all the recipes that I've been trying with the air fryer. It's amazing. I bought like a brownie pan that only makes the edge brownie pieces. Life-changing.
Wait. So it's like a whole
brownie pan that only makes edge pieces, because the edges are the best. And if you say it's not, then I don't know what to tell you.
I like the middle, so
I'm a middle person. Give me the middle parts.
I need the edges. I need the crust on
Okay.
So I just been like kind of just going with the flow. Whatever I feel like, oh, I want to try this today, I want to try that today. You know, I made ceviche for the first time. You know, I'm making new recipes, just whatever I'm in the mood for or feel like, which I feel like is going to put me in a good mood, which is often food. I just go with it. But I don't really have like a routine. And some people are like, oh yeah, I'm giving myself pedicures and manicures and daily baths. And I'm like, I'm not on that level yet.
Me neither.
I'll get there maybe.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Alysse?
Yeah, I mean, I was never a huge skincare person before this, so I've been trying to like learn a little bit more since I'm home and my skin is like breathing more than it usually does because I'm not wearing as much makeup. So I've been trying to get into it, but I definitely don't have a routine. I mean, the things that used to calm me, and not calm me, but like bring me joy, were shopping and traveling, and I can't do either of those.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a lot of like Pinterest because it's like I can still dream. I can still pin to my travel board. And I really like have been thinking about, where I want to live in the future and how I want to live, what kind of place I want to have. So I'm kind of doing a lot of dreaming and that's helping. And then in terms of shopping, Etsy has been really fast because you have to think like people who are on Etsy, most of the time they run their businesses out of their homes. So
Okay.
anything I bought on Etsy during this time, which is mostly stickers, I'm really into stickers for my iPad and my laptop right now. They have come so fast.
I need to know these stickers. I need to see these stickers.
She's like ready.
The other one is
wait,
my,
the chunky. Wait, hold on. Let me see it again. Chunky as what? Chunky AF.
Chunky.
Oh my gosh.
So good. It's something fun. And stickers are like $3, so I don't feel like that bad that I'm buying them, but also like it's helping an individual creator. So so I can't, I'm not buying clothes really or anything like that. Maybe a pair of pajamas or something. But yeah, stickers are something fun that supports like an individual artist, and they're shipping out in like 2 days compared to everything else. Like even Amazon right now is 2 or 3 weeks. So it's like a little bit of instant gratification. I think it's interesting. What I've seen be interesting is like people, like even my husband, who's not plus size at all, so he's used to going into stores. If he wants something, he has to buy it online, and that's really foreign for him. But for us as plus size consumers,
it's normal.
like, shopped online.
Everyday life.
It's nothing new. So I think that's been funny to watch, just other people adjust to shopping online if they do want to buy something. But for us,
interesting.
So we were always online, so it's not really different. It's just a matter of like recognizing that, for warehouses and things that are shipping out of warehouses for safety reasons, it is going to take longer, and that's okay. But a great time. This is a great time to support individual designners and shop on Etsy and shop small because it makes a huge difference.
It does
for them, and it's quicker.
That's real. Well, we are at our 30 minutes. Like that went by real fast, guys.
That went really fast.
It was like a fun little conversation. We were talking, shared, made people laugh with the people over here. We got Daphne talking about the middle part of the brownie, but then you've got Raymond saying the edges are the best. I mean, like, everyone is like you started a little debate. I'm the inside of the brownie.
Flat.
I'm just saying. Give me the chewy, soft, melt in your mouth kind.
You need a balance, but that's another conversation.
But you know what? That just means that we can equally kill a whole pan together.
Exactly. Like me and my boyfriend, he likes drums. I like flats. We're living in harmony.
Perfect.
Okay. So.
Perfect. Well, do me a favor. Tell everyone who's watching what your site is, your business, and like how they can follow you. And then do that, and then I'll close this out.
Okay, so you can follow me on Instagram at Miss Kristine, MSKRISTINE. My blog is trendycurvy.com, and all of my other social media is trendycurvy. And then my clothing line is Kin, K-I-N, by Kristine.com. And much appreciated for just a simple follow on my Instagram page.
Thank you. And Alysse?
My social media is at Ready to Stare, and that's T-O, stare as in like looking at you. And you can find me at Ready to Stare everywhere. I would love if you follow me on TikTok. I'm just like experimenting over there, but I would love to see y'all there. Because it's a fun little platform right now. So yeah, Ready to Stare on TikTok too. And my blog is www.readytostare.com. So pretty much Ready to Stare everywhere.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you guys for joining and watching and supporting. Like this, Speaking of Curves is really about shining the light on, showing how we can support and help kind of, really nurture the community during this time. We will be back. What's today? Thursday. We'll be back Tuesday. The days are kind of molding all together. We'll be back on Tuesday with another guest at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 a.m. West Coast Time. And in the meantime, make sure you check back on the curvyfashionista.com because we will be recapping and showing some of our favorite pieces from both Alysse and Kristine. And in the meantime, you guys don't be shy. Reach out. Thank you so much for following us, and you guys have an amazing day. Talk to y'all later.
Thank you.